Hold up. You know who it is, Mr. LBC challenging this bitch. City full of Crips, but I never did the Crip. Check the resume, baby, I'm known for the spitting. It's a whole lot of money out there, I'm trying to get it. Strictly about my business, I ain't with the politicking. Since a young man, I always had a vision. I don't really feel it if it ain't a money mission. See that shit, my moves, it come with the territory when you got juice. I ain't tripping cause I love to see the next man eat. I ain't got a hater bone in me. 20 years later and we still bumping DPG. We forever repping LBC. Mind on the money all day. Scheming on my next plot.
Good, Xander.
If it ain't about business, don't call me. If you out here trying to get it, turn my shit up, let it saute. Saute. You know we get the city sizzling with the saute. Saute. Money motivation, that's all a nigga thinking. I know niggas hate me from the backbite nation. Better watch your back on your paper chase or get close to God.
Joyce?
Like past the mace. Living life in the maze while the rats race. It go case after case and dollar after dollar. Hustle, get a job, nigga, keep them pockets proper. Every nigga ain't against the niggas need to stop it. Find another option. Money stay poppin'. While them 6 foes hopping, that's why them rollers stay clocking. My issue, my misuse, pack you a pistol. My logo, I'm official. Long Beach born and raised. Just a mission just to stay up out of that cage. Much love to the homie that's gone. We kings, homeboy, time to claim your throne. I'm on, put me on somebody. Lottie. Mind on the money all day. Scheming on my next plot. Parlay. If it ain't about business, don't call me. If you out here trying to get it, turn my shit up, let it saute. Saute. You know we get the city sizzling with the saute. Saute.
Saute, sauce, so nigga saute. Roll up and 8 half baked like fish fillet. I gotta get the cash, nigga, I can't hesitate. They cutting on mama's house, so we cutting on saucer plates. Fat nigga, you know I can't turn down the cake. I gotta pre-order the ounces, boy, I can't wait. Graduate from high school to 3.8, so I can calculate exactly how much 60 ounces weigh. I'ma leave they asses. Born in the trenches, you could come on me, so I can make saute decisions.
Mind on the money all day.
Headed to the farmer's market, get some stuff I was missing yesterday.
If it ain't about business, don't call me. If you out here trying to get it, turn my shit up, let it saute. Saute. You know we get the city sizzling with the saute. Saute.
Oh. Snap turtle in the truck on his way to the farmer's market real quick.
Proceed about 1 mile to west.
One thing I love about LA is the abundance of farmers markets, man. One farmer's market will have something that another one won't, so it's a beautiful thing. What's up, Manic? It was good. January. What? No, it's February. February 3rd, 2019. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, the weather is it's cloudy right now. We had some rain this morning. It's raining through Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, no rain in it. So they gotta just go ahead and let nature do what it do. Oh man. So last night I was supposed to sit down and sit my black ass down behind a computer and get on them hangouts, but we had I had a couple birthday parties to go to for my little niecey pools. Sometimes you gotta do that, you know. But we're gonna get on it. We're gonna get on it. She already aware. See, the thing is, my birthday is tomorrow, so she wanted to, you know, hang out with your boy, you know, treat him to a little something nice. So I had a good time last night. And then I'm going to my brother's house today.
Next right.
Eat some good food, and while they watch the Super Bowl, I ain't watching no Super Bowl. Screw that. I'm not endorsing that. I'm not supporting that. But I am going for family and some good food, you know what I mean? some chicken wings. Thank you. Oh, I'm back. Damn. I ain't even talking about nothing right now. And they already messed with my live. So, I don't know if you were aware yesterday. I did a live yesterday. And they like cut my live off toward the end when I started getting into a little something. So you know they messing with your boy. Yeah, I think that was just some regular buffering, you know, because I'm not really talking about nothing serious right now. But yeah. So yeah, like I said last night, didn't happen, but it'll happen for sure next week. And you know, like I said, I just want to have a dialogue with some folks, with some of my folkers, and see where y'all heads at in terms of what we want. You know, what do we need? You know, to improve as a people. What do we need for our government to do to handle their business? Because right now they ain't handling their business. Well, they're handling their business, but they're not handling our business. You know, they out for self, as you well know, and they have plans and shit like that go against, you know, it goes against the fabric of the people. You know, all their plans have to do with increasing their power and keeping us under control, and we can't have that. So what we need to do is brainstorm and find out what we can do to ensure that they go along with what we say, because at the end of the day, the people are supposed to have the final say in what goes on in this country. But right now we just sitting back in the wings. We waiting on the wings while they're piloting and steering us in the wrong direction. They're gonna have us crashing into a mountain in a minute if we don't do something. So what is it that we can do? What do we need to happen? I thought about a few things, right? I thought about, you know, if we start a political party to represent us, right? We have to go into their system and go by their rules in regards to how a political party operates. We have to go by their rules. We have to go through their system. And I'm wondering if that's going to make any sense or if that's even going to work, because if we're operating in their system, they've already won to a degree. But if we stay sharp, if we stay smart, if we get enough people behind us, maybe we can operate in their system and be okay and come out on the other side with everything we need to improve as a people. You know, if they see that,
In half of a mile,
if they see that
turn
we have the
onto
people behind us,
California 90.
then they won't have a choice but to listen to what we got to say. And that's real shit. But what will our mission be? These are things we have to talk about. What will our mission be? And the most importantly, when you start a campaign, when you start a party, you need funding. And you know, you need funding from the people. You need backing from the people. You need emotional. You're not gonna get anywhere. You're not gonna be able to travel. You're not gonna be able to go and campaign in the states that you want to spread the word in. So you need to get the people behind you financially as well. My question is though, every time someone, let's say of color, like let's say a black dude, a black person wants to do something for the people, he has to
and then
he has to raise
right
money.
exit.
It's very difficult to get people to raise money or to give money to a black man because of the stigma that, you know, we're frauds, we're gonna scamming people. You know, there's always this thinking that so he's a scammer. You know what I'm saying? Umar Johnson got that. Umar Johnson got the scammer bit. You know, and it might be true. You know, he might be. Like I was saying, Brother Polite, he scammed the shit out of people, allegedly. I'll say that. People think that Umar Johnson is scamming people, but when you have what you have is when you got these churches, these preachers and whatnot, they don't ever have to worry about people thinking that they're scamming, right? If you run a black church, black people will give to a church pastor very freely. You know, they give it to them freely because it's been ingrained in our people's DNA since the days of slavery, right? To trust the church, to trust the Christian church, right? To trust your pastor. So why is it so easy for people to believe in the pastors who get all this money? They get millions of dollars, right? Some of them get millions of dollars. It's non-taxable, you know, and they buy jets and, you know, the Mercedes Benzes and shit like that. But what are they doing for their people? What are they doing but preaching? You know, they're preaching. That's it. That's all they're doing. They're not improving. You know, where I live, like over there on Figueroa, there are like 5 or 6 churches within a mile, right? Within a block, a mile, or I'll say 5 or 6, 7 churches on Figueroa. But there are also prostitutes on every corner. There's also women out there selling ass right in front of the church. So what are these churches doing with the money? They're definitely not helping getting these prostitutes off the street. You know what I'm saying? So what are these churches doing? You see what I'm saying? So it's easy for black people to give to a church, but when it comes to a political party and starting a whole new campaign, starting a whole new party and trying to raise money on that, I don't know how that would work. I don't know if that would work out, you know. But what we have to do, we must show them that we can be trusted, and that's very difficult, very difficult. So this is my thing. Whoever we get to be the front runner, they don't necessarily have to be a polished individual, but they have to be honest, which means that before any dirt can be dug up on them, we have to get out ahead of it and say, look, this is my past, this is my belief system, this is my Twitter account, this is my Facebook account. I'll give you all my social media pages. You can go check that out. This is what I'm about. This is what I did in school. You know what I'm saying? These are the women I dated. Get all that out in front of people, you know, to show them that you're going to be open and upfront with them. Because that's what we need. We need people who's going to be real. We need, you know what I'm saying? So instead of, because look at Kamala Harris, man.
In half of a mile,
look at Kamala.
left turn
Let me tell you about that broad,
Grandview
man.
Boulevard.
She's not out. She didn't come out for one day before people are already on her shit. They own her already about all kind of shit. All her policies, everything she did as an attorney general in California, they own it. The fact that she doesn't like to release nonviolent offenders, you know what I'm saying, which affects the black community like a big dog. You know what I'm saying? Most of the black folks in jail and prisons are in there for nonviolent offenses, like, still in the Snickers bar on their third strike, little shit like that. So everything, and then we know about Kamala's past, right? We know her father loves his slave owner great granddaddy. We know that came out. I mean, so we have to be ready to be scrutinized, and we have to be like, look, I mean, y'all ain't gotta, y'all can dig all you want. I'm putting all this shit up front, everything that you can find, because people gonna start coming out of the woodworks. If you a dude, and if you're a man and you're trying to head this campaign, you're trying to get something cracking. That's how I did with my wife. Gave her all my past dirt on a silver platter. Yep. Day 5. That's funny. So we have to because if you're a man, let's say you're a man, right? And you get in the backing of the people, and they see that you have some type of influence, they're gonna start pulling shit out their ass. They might bring out a chick that said that you raped her when you was in college and shit like that. So you have to be ready for shit like that. Because, people are so easily influenced on social media nowadays, man. They believe everything they see on social media. They believe everything that comes from the news, despite the fact that the news has been caught lying numerous times, especially CNN. How many times has CNN been caught lying and people still hold it up as the most credible news source? How many times? And it's just, and we know Fox News is biased as hell. Like, they might as well just be an opinion network, in terms of their news.
Make
So
a legal U-turn ahead and then right turn.
we have to be, we have to speak to the concerns of the people, man. And not all this fluff like Kamala Harris is already doing. Like, she's so fluffy, the shit that she be saying. Yeah. So, I don't know. This is I don't know what else we could do. So, we have to kind of operate within their system for the time being. Okay, until the people have enough power, power to change things from within, right? Change things from without, change things from within. Like, look, we don't like this democratic republic system. We want it to be purely democratic or whatever, Now, there's some issues with a purely democratic system, but there's also issues with a representative system. So, these representatives, I've said it hundreds of times, they come out, they get elected, they get put into office, they make all these campaign promises, and they don't do nothing close to what they said they was gonna do. And they don't have to. I think it's important to entertain all sides of an argument. Once you do that, you can drop knowledge and get knowledge, and it will likely be well received, or at least heard. Yeah, that's very important. It's important to hear all sides, because too often we have these politicians speak to one side. They speak to one side. They represent typically one or two of groups, and then you have a whole another group of people that feel left out. But what we have to help people understand is that we should all have the same concerns. We should all have the same. We're all human beings, right? That's what they say. We're all human beings, and yes, we do have. There are different cultures and things like that, different races sprinkled in there, and that should be that the differences that we have as people, the different races and different cultures, that should be embraced. The differences should be embraced. Right now, the differences are hated on. They're people hate differences. You know what I mean? So we have to embrace our differences. And if we want to have a black neighborhood, a well-off black neighborhood where, you know, we can see some black faces, then that should be okay. And if white folks want to have their neighborhoods and do what they want to do, that should be okay. Doesn't mean that they should hate each other. It just means that that's their people, you know, that's the culture they're used to. And then if you want to have a mixed neighborhood where black and whites, you know, all live together, you know, that should be fine too. But it shouldn't be hate behind it. Yeah, it's all good, Joyce. So those differences should be embraced. The differences that we have should be embraced, and we should be able to accommodate everybody. Too often,
your destination is ahead on the right.
In this system, you have to conform to one set of beliefs and principles or another. Well, we should be able to embrace all our different.
Your destination is ahead on the right.
Set of morals and beliefs. Yeah, tribalism is counterintuitive, you know, but you know, it's the reason tribalism is counterintuitive right now is because of the hate. One tribe hating another tribe.
The route guidance is now.
You know, that's ridiculous. We should all be able to enjoy our own cultures and our own, you know, whatever, and embrace the fact that other people want to enjoy their shit. And that's the problem. That's been a problem with tribalism over the centuries. Oh, you do? Oh, you clean your fish that way? Oh, we don't like that. We're gonna kill you. Well, how about instead of not trying to understand someone's culture, why don't you just try to learn from that? Take some of it with you, you know, and that's how you build and grow. You know, that's how you live in harmony. Instead of hating a person for their differences, you just embrace it. You say, oh, that's cool. You know, you guys gather around a fire and you throw sage in there or whatever, and you know, or you might sit in the sweat lodge. You might think that's crazy because they're in there hot as hell and they sweating, you know what I'm saying, and they're stuffed in a teepee or whatever. How about you just try it out instead of saying, oh, y'all crazy. I don't want no parts of that. You know, that's not how you're supposed to roll. So, and we shouldn't all be clones of each other. We shouldn't all be automatons. We should be able to be different, you know, and that be okay. So, on another note, I don't know, man. We got to get it together as a people. That's the key. The key is to help the people understand that a change needs to happen. We need to help people understand that what's going on right now, this current system that we're living in, is not conducive to our improvement. It's not. I mean, because everything is going downhill right now. With the weather, with these vaccines, you got the World Health Organization talking about anti-vaxxers are the greatest threat to humanity. Are you kidding me? That type of shit. Okay, and now when you say shit like that, that's fear. You're injecting fear in the people. So if I say that I don't vaccinate my children, now I got people coming at me crazy because I don't vaccinate my children. Late to the party, finna clean up, vacuuming, and all that. Salute to the snap turtle. Yeah, I did. I chatted with her a little bit. You know, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. We have to be careful about who we choose to get behind, right? Because Irene Yvette did a video about Tameka Mallory, right? And she was talking about how sharp Tameka Mallory is in regards to dealing with these news people, these reporters, you know what I'm saying, that try to trap her in her words and things like that, and how sharp she is, how she navigates through the interviews all smooth and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like they do like to play games. So let's say you have a white reporter, okay? You have a white reporter talking to Tameka Mallory, you know, and she's trying to get some information out of her. She's trying to hem her up. She's trying to trap her. She's trying to get her to say certain things. But, you know, to make it look like she's not attacking a black woman, they'll have another black woman there to start putting the pressure on Tameka. So it's like, okay, now it's a sister asking these questions to make it appear as though it's not racist or whatever the case may be. Well, Tameka brought her own white girl to do the same thing to them. You know what I'm saying? To make it like, look, I'm playing your game. You know, we over here playing chess and shit. You're breaking up on my end because I left the house. It's all good, man. So, but, you know, she's like, Irene Yvette feels like we should get behind Tameka Mallory and, you know, all this other stuff. But I'm leery of people who are able to hit all these entertainment stations and all these news stations, all these, The View and the Chew and all, whatever the hell they call all that, the talk. You know, they go around and they're traveling all around the world or all around the nation, doing these interviews, talking about this, that, and the third. You know, I'm leery of that, because someone who is real is going to have a hard time being able to do shit like that. You know, they would have to blow up on their own. I know she did a lot of work with the women's marches, right? And all that. And she headed that up. And now they're talking about they want her to step down. And she's like, no, I won't step down, because this is my baby. I started this shit. And I feel her on that. But now, it's like, it's what I call the Farrakhan blessing. Okay? Farrakhan has been running around for 30 years, talking shit about the government, talking about death to Jews. And we know what happens when you speak up on a Jew. When you say anything, even when you compliment a Jew and tell them and when you say, oh, they own a lot of land, look what happened with Jay-Z. Okay, and we know what Jay-Z's on. They was trying to hate on Jay-Z for saying Jews own a lot of property. That's basically what he said. So how is it that Farrakhan, diversity is good, diversity training not good? That everyone, exactly. Now, Farrakhan has been talking shit for 30 years, okay? Nothing ever happened to him. Malcolm X was doing it for what, a few years? 10 years, not even 10 years? And he got his head popped. But not his head. No, he got blew up, you know what I'm saying? All up with shotguns and shit. Well, they say that there was a gunman in the rafters and shit, but who knows? Who knows? He got murdered, okay? Farrakhan steps in, talks all this shit for 30 years. The NOI is operating and running, you know what I'm saying? And nothing ever happened to him. Nothing. I don't even think there was a threat on his life. You know what I'm saying? But this is my thing about Farrakhan. I don't believe that, you know, he's really an enemy of the government. He's what I feel like is controlled opposition. Okay, you know, I'll talk about controlled opposition all the time. Mallory is for social justice. I don't know about that, but she's clearly is for right. Yeah, from what I see, yeah, from what I see, she is for right. But I'm not just gonna back her, just, you know what I mean, just because she was clever with some news people. I need to see more. I need to be able to reach out and touch her and see what she's about. I need to see what happens later on down the road. Like, what is she doing now? Just like with Farrakhan, like, Chicago has all these murders going on amongst black people. Farrakhan is headquartered in Chicago. Why isn't the Fruit of Islam marching through Chicago right now, putting a stop to this shit? If I'm wrong, let me know if they're doing that. Did you know the rapper Myzone is a heavy hitter? Again, Myzone, I don't know about him. Because, I mean, they're marching, and what is them? I mean, it's just the focus. I'm not gonna put my back into anyone who just wants to march and protest. What is that doing for us right now? You know, I mean, it's like, I'm not in New York, so I don't know what Myzone is doing, but I can go by what Hassan said when he said, you're doing all this other stuff, but you're not helping with the Africa Bambaataa situation. And we know that people like when people like Soros is financially backing your movement, I can't rock with that, because we know that Soros is also campaigning against gun ownership. We know he's putting money into that, but he put money behind Kaepernick. He put money, I think, into Myzone's organization. I think he has something to do with Tameka Mallory. When I see shit like that, I'm very leery of that. The media really wants her to disavow. The ADL ain't gonna never let him rest behind the quote. Well, you know what? I mean, it's Hillary. Hitler was wickedly great. I mean, if you understand some of the things that Hitler has said, you might understand where Farrakhan is coming. Look, Farrakhan says a lot of smart shit. He says a lot of great, like he said, his mouthpiece is on point. His mouthpiece is on point, but I need more than a mouthpiece. I need to see some action. Okay, I'm not just gonna back you because you clever. I'm not, because what have you done? What did you do with that Million Man March money? You took like $99 per person that showed up, and then you had all these vendors out there. I know you got paid off of that. What did that money do? Where did that money go? And what did you talk about during that latest Million Man March? Do y'all know what he was talking about? I took off work. And look, the last Million Man March, this dude does it on a 3-day weekend in front of a government that's not working. In front of government buildings where people don't not working. It's a 3-day weekend. This is what I'm talking about. What is marching and protesting doing? And now you're going on, in terms of Tameka Mallory, now you're going on interviews. I don't know. And she rocks with Farrakhan real heavy. I just need to see. I don't know. I'm leery of her. That's just me. I can't get around that. You can't just. I'm not gonna back you just because you sharp. What else? As a matter of fact, you so damn sharp, I'm gonna look at you a certain kind of way. But she's intelligent, and okay, she's intelligent, and she organized a huge march and all that. But it's just like the Black Lives Matter movement. It started off with a couple chicks, I think, and then George Soros got his hands in it, and it turned into something else. This is what I'm talking about. When you allow certain individuals to touch your shit that you started, what does it become? And that's why, they talking about pushing Tameka Mallory out. I don't know if that's really trying to happen. I don't know if that's really happening. I don't know if that's theater. I don't know if that's drama. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't know about her. But fucking, Farrakhan, he's too, what's up, princess? True that. Mosque Miriam. is in Chicago, and Obama's house is in Chicago. Laquan McDonald murdered in a black site on Chicago's. Yeah. I judge that he's full of shit. Okay, he's a Scientologist now. He got the Nation of Islam into Scientology. I never did trust him. Into royalty, yes. So, that's what I'm on. I need to see you from the ground floor, and I need to follow your progress. These people that are coming out of nowhere, Tameka Mallory and them, like, okay, you organized a march, great for you. Now what? See these marches and these protests, it's not really doing shit. They don't care. You blocking streets off, they can run your ass over. I think that happened a few times. Like, it doesn't, and then you gather all these people. Okay? This is why I will never go to a Million Man March. You gather all these people together into one area, in one spot. You clump them all together. What do you have? You have a huge target. There's some shit where to go down. You got a huge target, and now you trapped with all these bodies around you. That's not smart. It's not smart to do that. You start the protesting and shit, and then you have agent provocateurs. That's the problem too. You have agent provocateurs that go into these crowds, incite violence, and now you got the police reacting to the violence that agent provocateur started with their own violence. And then you got women going out there butt naked. Like, what is that doing? I understood him. Hitler moved the nation, and they damn near took over the planet. The Jews used that quote to try to bury him in the man. Well, I don't. Yeah, they tried to bury Farrakhan. That's theater. I don't believe that really. I don't think they're really upset. I think that he's controlled opposition. That's just my thinking. I think that there's going to be a lot of drama. They have to make it look like they really don't like each other, but really he's just. When you have that much influence, what did that dude say that started the J. Edgar Hoover? He said there was not going to be any more black messiahs unless they created one. You knock MLK off because he didn't want to be. He knew that he made a mistake with forcing integration. They knocked Malcolm X off because he realized that certain members of the NOI, certain leaders of the NOI were not good. They knocked him off. I believe that, from what I gathered, and from what I understand, there was a lot of collusion going on between the nation and the FBI in regards to how to deal with Malcolm X. So, and Farrakhan is spearheaded that. So I'm not, allegedly, in my mind, from what I'm not rocking with him. I can't rock with somebody who adores him so much, like Tameka Mallory does, despite the history that they know they had. That you have to know the history. Yeah, Farrakhan talks all that good shit now, but what about the history behind that? This is what I'm talking about. No one brings that up. Okay. And then he said, if we killed Malcolm X, so what? To paraphrase it, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with anybody. Like Irene, she's hitting on a lot of points, but I think I don't know. She's hitting on a lot of points. I don't know if she knows too much history on the NOI and Farrakhan, but she says that the NOI is on point and Farrakhan's on point, and I'm like, I asked her, I said, how are they on point? I said, they're not. What are they? What's on point about them when the city of their headquarters is burning? Okay, black people are killing each other left and right in Chicago, and nothing's being done about that. Like, you're not. What is the NOI doing about that? My mom's in Chicago right now, trying to help quell some of that. My mom's out there right now with her nonprofit organization, trying to help the women affected by all this violence going on in Chicago. And she can't get any, like, she can't even get any funding for it. You know, the city, they did what they could. They have a pilot program to help girls learn a different way of life. So my mom started that program, you know, and she's trying to get certain, you know, she's trying to improve the well-being of the women affected by all that violence out there. And she can't, you know, and the program is working. These girls are coming to the program and they're improving their lives. But there's only so much that can be done with the money that they're getting. Yeah. Protesting get you a sore throat and sore feet. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So with my mom out there trying to help improve the situation, no one, I mean, where's Farrakhan with the money to help? Where's Farrakhan? Is Farrakhan trying to help with that? Not saying he has to, but what I'm saying is my mom, who's ain't got no money, ain't got millions of people going to her marches and paying $99 a piece. She's out there doing it by the skin of her teeth, because she saw how my sister joined the gang, you know, when she was 13 or something like that. When I was in the army, when I came back from the army, my little sister was a blood. I'm like, what the hell? So, and she got into some shit in LA, and my mom had to get out of it. Now my sister lives in Far Rockaway, New York, doing gang intervention and things out there. She's a counselor, and she turned her life around. Now she's trying to turn the lives around of, you know, the gangs, gang members and things like that in Far Rockaway. Try to get them out of that. And her organization that she works for ain't got all that money, ain't get all the money in the world either. But how many wealthy people, how many wealthy black folks come out of New York? Right? How many wealthy black folks come out of New York, ain't doing shit like that, ain't doing shit to improve that situation? So, but what you want to do is march and protest when a cop kills a black person. But you don't want to put no money behind an organization who's trying to improve the lives and the well-being of the people that lives in these downtrodden neighborhoods. But you want to go protest. You want to march in Manhattan and all that bullshit. But you don't want to go down to Far Rockaway and encourage the youth to, look, you guys don't have to do this. Look, put together a program. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Put a few $100,000 behind it. You got all the money in the world, 50 Cent and all them. You know what I'm saying? But what you doing? Who's from Queens? LL Cool J from Queens, right? Far Rockaway's in Queens. What is he doing to improve the situation in Far Rockaway? No, he lives in LA. So what I'm saying is, people talk all that big shit. They got all the money in the world. They can talk shit about the government all day. Nas had an album talking shit about the government, and then next thing you know, he's turning around, trying to convince people that they should fucking put all their correct information in the census program. Now he's a spokesperson for the census, for the Census Bureau. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You talking out the side of your neck, and then out your mouth you spitting all that beautiful shit that everybody wants to hear. Nah, it's all talk. You know? So when I see people like my sister and my mother out there, you know, pounding pavement and trying to get shit cracking, and they can't get any funding, when all these wealthy people come out of fucking Chicago, come out of New York, come out of LA. She tried to get the program started in LA, her hometown, and they wouldn't rock with it. So I don't want to hear shit about Farrakhan, this and that and the third talking about. I don't care. I don't care about no Tameka Mallory. I mean, I'm not backing anybody that hasn't shown me something. Well, how many lives have you turned around? That's what I want to know. Show me the lives you turned around. Give me some testimonials. Bring the youth up here. I want to see that you turned around some lives before I back you. I'm not just gonna back you just because you did some smart shit on fucking the Chew. He admitted that to 60 Minutes that he created the atmosphere for Malcolm's death. Mike Wallace was told this. Yeah, I mean, dude's a snake. Care what he says about a Jew. Him and Jews are buddy. How many pictures? He hate white folks so much. How many wealthy Jews has he taken pictures all hugged up with? Now he's a Scientologist. L. Ron Hubbard didn't like black people. What? Come on, man. We need to think about who we just gonna throw our support behind. Fuck that. Oh, what's going on, Katie? Yeah, everything's great. Everything's great. Yeah, I was just talking about I'm talking about shit. I'm just frustrated. I was supposed to get on some hangouts last night, but my wife wanted to hang out. I went to a couple birthday parties. The wifey wanted to kick it with your boy. It was my birthday weekend, so. And I completely forgot that my birthday was coming up tomorrow, so she wanted to hang out. But we're gonna get it cracking. And now the Church of Scientology has merged with the nation. Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard did not run with black people. Dave Maskovich and Scientology are using, like I said, Tameka Mallory rocks with Farrakhan. Farrakhan rocks with Scientology and the FBI, I believe, allegedly. And so I can't, now she did say, I don't have to step in a room with an individual and agree with everything. It is what it is. You call Farrakhan the GOAT, I can't rock with you because you're ignorant. You ignorant or you in on his bullshit. Anyway, let me get up in here. Get up in this farmer's market. Actually, I'm gonna take these off. Get some vitamin D in my eyes. All right, y'all. So yeah, we definitely gonna get up on the hangouts next Saturday. No birthdays. No, you know what I'm saying? My wife already aware. Listen, I gotta dedicate an hour or so to having a dialogue with some folks. It's very important. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. And y'all stay safe. Stay warm in that weather. If y'all on the East Coast, it's real crazy out there. Real cold temperatures. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up outside. Don't drive if you don't have to. And get snowed in. Just stay safe out there. All right. And yeah, be looking out for my live maybe tomorrow.